friends, it is Thursday and we are moving along with our informational reports. We are going to be focusing in on our conclusion paragraph today. I am going to be sharing one more informational text with you from another student about manatees. As I read this, I want you to take notes and see, is there anything that I can do to make my writing even better like this student's? And then at the end, we're going to really tune into the conclusion to see how they formed their conclusion and what we can do to make our conclusion the best that it can be. So let's read a little bit about manatees. If you ever visit one of Florida's state parks in the wintertime, you may be lucky enough to observe one of many manatees. They migrate to this area in the winter. These state parks in Florida have natural springs with warmer waters, which are around 70 degrees any time of the year. Manatees are large gray aquatic animals that are closely related to the elephant, weighing up to 3,500 pounds. Manatees have long, flat tails that they use as their motors to power them around the ocean. They also have flippers that help them move on coastal waters. Another thing their flippers help them with is eating. Their flippers can help them bring food up to their mouths. They are considered gentle giants and peaceful swimmers. One tasty meal for manatees is seagrass. In fact, these animals can often be referred to as sea cows because they behave in a similar way to cows. They travel in herds from one seagrass pasture to the next as they eat their fill. Manatees are herbivores or plant eaters. They eat more than 60 different kinds of plants. Manatees prefer to consume most of their food close to the surface because it takes too much energy to dive down in the water and come back to the surface to breathe. It may be surprising because of their size, but manatees are not aggressive animals at all. In fact, they are playful and calm. Most of the manatee's day is spent traveling, resting, and eating seagrass. When they are with other manatees, they are known to play games. Some manatees will play follow the leader. They have been seen body surfing. However, they only play when they have plenty of food and feel safe in their environment. As you can see, the manatee is a very interesting animal of the sea. They might be huge, but they are playful. Next time you're in Florida, stop by a state park to see them. So take a look at our conclusion. Remember, in your conclusion, it is your wrap-up paragraph. So you are going to restate or review some of the things that you have already told your reader about your animal. Like, this child wrote, they might be huge, but they are playful. Well, we've learned that they are 3,500 pounds, so that's huge. And then they're also playful. They like to play when they feel safe. And then we also see, next time you're in Florida, stop by a state park. We'll take a look at your introduction paragraph here. It starts with, if you ever visit one of Florida's state parks in the wintertime, you may be lucky enough to see one of the manatees. So we can see that a conclusion can also mirror or take pieces from our introduction just to show our readers that we are staying on task and that we are writing about a manatee. Now, there are a couple ways that you can do this in your conclusion. So here are some ideas for you today. You can use a transitional phrase like in summary, in conclusion, as you can see, or clearly. One of the options that we do not have is to simply say the end. That is not a proper 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade way to end an informational piece of writing, okay? We are experts. We are telling people facts about things. So we want to make sure that it does not become boring and that we are just on our best in our writing throughout our whole paper. You can also repeat the main ideas of the subtopic paragraphs. So remember how we said that the manatee was larger and that it was playful? I repeated all of those different things. Then end with a question or a quote. So when we were reading about the trapdoor, it said, what do you think about the trapdoor spider? Do you think that it's smart? That would have been an example of a question in your conclusion. Or the conclusion might be similar to the introduction paragraph, but worded a little bit differently. Just like today with our manatee, we heard about Florida a couple of times. That continues to show us where the habitat is specifically for a manatee and where we can find them. So today, go ahead and take a look at these different ideas for how to form a conclusion. Remember that your conclusion can go ahead and look a little bit like your introduction, so be a word thief. That means look at some of the words, look at some of the sentences that are in your introduction paragraph, and see what you can bring down to the conclusion to review or revisit some of your topics. All right, guys, happy writing, and I can't wait to see your conclusions today.